Thank you for coming and joining me today. We are going to be reading Baxter and Danny Stand Up to Bullying. And as the title suggests, it is a book about bullying and how to handle bullying when it's happening to you or to friends. This book is written by James N. Foyley, DED, illustrated by Shirley N. Benitez, Imagination Press, Washington, D.C., American Psychological Association. And it's dedicated to Beth, whose song always made us happy, GMF, to those who felt even just a little bit bullied. May you find strength in your beautiful voice and heart, SNB. Let's get started with the book. Baxter the bunny was the fastest animal in the forest. Danny the bear was the best dancer. They would often dance and run together as they listened to the musical sounds of the stream and the wind in the trees. One day, they heard a loud noise coming from the trees ahead. On top of a tree sat a huge blue jay surrounded by all the forest jays. They were screeching. Baxter and Danny had never heard the jays make such a noise. Baxter said, "Who are you? Please be more quiet. My ears are beginning to hurt." "I am Buffard Blue Jay, and I am big, blue, and beautiful. I just arrived in the forest. Thought I'd teach these little pipsqueaks how to make some real noise." Buffard turned to the other blue jays and whispered, "Let's have some fun, boys." Screech, screech. Baxter Big Ears, slow as the turtles. Danny Boy, dopey dancer, screech, screech. As time went by, Buffard and the jays cried louder and louder. Buffard made up mean names for all the forest animals. The jays would cry along and laugh and laugh. "Slimy snake, screech, screech. Bucktooth beaver, screech, screech." Soon the forest was filled with the sound of jays and the shouts of angry animals. Baxter was angry about Buffard's name calling. Danny was sad because he thought that he was a great dancer, not a dopey dancer. Baxter and Danny left the forest and ran to the open field near Mr. Bear's garden. Soon they noticed a hummingbird. It was coming from a nearby beehive. The gentle humming made them feel good. Baxter said, "Hello in there." Out buzzed the queen bee. "Hello," she said. "I'm Queen Beth of the bees. Can I be of help?" "Queen Beth, your bees are so calm. How do you keep the hive happy?" "Staying happy is not always easy. We bees try to say nice things to each other, stay busy, make honey, and stick together as friends. I like to sing this song to keep us all buzzing along. I am great and so are you. Together we can make it through. Working hard, helping out. That's what bees are all about." Baxter and Danny began to sing along with Queen Beth. The more they sang, the better they felt. "Thank you, Queen Beth, for making us happy again." "Why were you sad, my friends?" "Buffard Blue Jay called me slow as the turtles, and Danny, dopey dancer." "Well, I'll be. Buffard is acting like a bully. Here's the buzz on standing up to bullying. Stand up strong and tall, stick together as friends, and sing your song loud and clear. Don't forget, I'll be around if you need help." Baxter and Danny ran back to the forest and stopped beside Billy Beaver's lodge. Billy looked very sad. "Buffard and the Blue Jays made fun of my teeth. Now the animals are all calling me Billy Bucktooth." Baxter and Danny said, Billy, we are here to help you feel better. Sing along with us. I am great and so are you. Together we can make it through. Working hard, helping out, that's what we are all about. Wow, I feel happy again. Maybe we can help Sammy Snake. Everyone is calling him Slimy Snake because of Buffard and the Blue Jays. Soon Baxter and Danny were moving through the forest and singing their feel-good song to the animals who had been bullied. All the animals gathered around Baxter and Danny. Billy stepped up and said, "Thanks for making us feel good. Come by the lodge any time for dinner." Baxter shouted, "Our work is not done. We have to stop the jays from acting like bullies and face up to Buffard Blue Jay." Baxter and Danny started to sing. The other animals joined in, and together they walked through the forest to Buffard's tree. Buffard and the jays cried and screeched as loud as they could. The animals just sang their song louder. Into the forest swarmed Queen Beth and her bees. The forest was filled with the sound of humming and song. Then a very strange thing happened. Buffard stopped puffing out his chest and flew to a nearby tree. The other jays just looked at him and flew away. "You were right, Queen Beth. We stuck together, sang our song loud and strong, and Buffard lost his power." Queen Beth flew over to Buffard's tree and started to hum. The bees and the animals followed her. All the animals started to sing. I am great and so are you. Together we can make it through. Working hard, helping out, that's what we are all about. Buffard raised his head and listened to the song. From that day on, Buffard never called the animals names again. And that is the end of the book. So dealing with bullying is never easy. And sometimes, even when you're the bully, things are going on in your life that is making it hard and you feel like you have no power. So then you're taking it out on others. Bullying can be really tough, especially in schools. So if you know that's happening, make sure you talk to a trusted adult. So how can you help if there is bullying going on? Now, at the bottom of this first page here, it says how this book can help with bullying. So positive psychology, just having that positive mindset. We see that Queen Beth, she was singing this song, and how everybody, she said, happiness sometimes isn't the easiest, but we try to say nice things to one another. So all of that can really help. So the points here that the author has is having a positive relationship with important people in one's life is very important, especially when there is bullying happening, and then you can go and tell that trusted adult. And being engaged in productive life activities. So try to get involved in a sport or a club, something that really interests you. Having that interest can really be preventative in bullying, not only for you, but for the other person who is doing the bullying, to be involved in something. So, how to help your child stand up to bullying. It is never easy if there is bullying going on. If it is at a school, make sure you're talking to the adults in the building, or go home and talk to a parent or caregiver. But when there is this bullying going on, identifying bullying behavior is really important. So teasing is different than bullying. Bullying would be this persistent thing that's happening more than just one day. If it is happening in one day and it is teasing and it's hurting your feelings, you can stand up, you can talk to somebody about it. Bullying would be that thing where it's happening a lot. There's lots of name calling. It's impacting day to day. So that would be more or less a definition of bullying. Helping children to be assertive. So when there is name calling, how to handle that, what to do, that is always good practice. as a caregiver, try to listen and not necessarily solve the problem, but give the child some strategies on what to do. So if there is a child who is being bullied, talk to the school, how to handle other children if they want to get involved, because you don't want a gang approach when there is bullying. You want the adults to get involved. That's always the best approach when it's happening at a school. You want to brainstorm some coping strategies. So in the book, we saw Queen Beth. She said, sing a song, come together. And that's all very powerful because there is that positive approach. But in a school or a public setting, walking away can help. Trying to find really good, solid friends that are going to be there regardless of what happens. That is always very helpful as well. Talk about social support. So talking to your friends about it, talking to your teachers, counselors, social workers, all that stuff is really important. Building up self-esteem. So making sure that there's that self-love, knowing that even if there is that name calling going on, the truth, right? That the dopey dancer, he was a good dancer. He knew that. So those words didn't hurt as much because he believed in his truth. Positive affirmations are very helpful. And telling an adult, that is so important. And as a school counselor, I always tell the students, let the adults deal with these kind of problems. If these things are happening, make sure you're telling somebody, because it's never easy for a child to go through bullying, especially if the parents and the adults don't know. That makes it quite hard. So there's just a little bit more information about the author, the illustrator, and Imagination Press. I hope you enjoyed this book about bullying. Please take care, everybody. Be kind. And I look forward to you popping by to my channel for another book.